What's up, guys? Before we get started on today's video, I've got a shameless plug for the website. Go to 417fox.com, and something I'm doing only for the subscribers. This is a discount code that is not shared anywhere else. I don't have any other discount codes. It is sub7. If you key in sub7 at the discount code, you will get a total of 7% off your total order, plus everything on the website is free shipping. I appreciate everyone that's purchased already, and guys, I'm always adding new stuff, so come back and check back often and see what I've added just recently. Now let's get to the video. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be installing a GT350 track pack style spoiler on the base 2020 Mustang GT. This is a video that I would call that come with a little bit of angst, because for one, had a lot of trouble deciding what wing, and then when I did, it took me two wings of one style and manufacture of the GT350 track pack wing, and then decided I could no longer go with the quality of that company. Even though that one was more expensive, I went with the less expensive version with a foreign manufacturer versus a US manufacturer, and the results, well, you'll see the results here soon. Also, guys, if you missed that huge unboxing video, I'll put up one of those cards here. You can see where I unboxed that original wing that I ended up having to return because it had a crack in it. Well, the second one came in too, and it had the second one, the replacement came in. No, by the way, I do have to say this, American Muscle was really easy to deal with. Just the company that is making those wings, and I'm going to put a picture of that wing up here and the description from American Muscle's website to prevent you from buying one of these. Buy the cheaper one. I'll show you why. But the second one that came in actually had a lot of it had a big hair in the clear coat. It also had a bunch of fish eyes, which is contaminants on the surface when you paint. It also had some pretty good scratches on the backside of the wing. Sorry I don't have that on video for you guys, but I will tell you this. You know, American Muscle took care of me. They actually even gave me a discount on the next wing. And I told them, you know, I didn't want another one of those. So I actually reluctantly purchased this one. And we'll talk about that in a bit. Let's get to it. Right off the bat, when I got this in today, I could tell the box was made so much better. It was actually stapled together. There's signage all over in the place saying fragile, top load. It's put together well. Then I opened it up, guys, and I slid it back together the best I could without trying to retape everything. So this thing came in, I mean, packaged up to the hilt. Now, the plastic was sealed on both ends, so I just ripped it right down the middle so I could just split it apart. So on the end, so you got the same type of material, except this is thicker of how this was packaged versus the other one. So this is thicker. There's more of it. It was taped up really, really well. It was folded over double on the ends to protect the corners, which would be a weak point in the packaging. On top of that, when you open it on up, it's doubled up on again to protect each end. And another bonus, the adhesive is already attached. Look at that. That's a time saver, guys. And it looks like it's made so much better. So the weight on this is heavier, but it's not flimsy. When I squeeze it, it's thicker material. It doesn't feel like it's gonna break when I try to squeeze it. The finish on it is outstanding. There's no blemishes on it. There's no fish eyes on it. Guys, I'm super, super impressed. Then you look at your, of course there wasn't even any instructions in that other one. And then you look at your Installation. You got color installation. I've not opened this up yet, so let's take a look at it. They just happen to be putting it on a Race Red GT. So you got color instructions. You got all of your mounting hardware. So guys, what I want to do, I'm going to set this to the side. Let me get all the tools that I need to get together. I'll show you what tools we need for this install, and we'll get started on the actual install. Well boys, today is actually the next day. As I was getting everything set up, it kind of got late last night and had something come up, went in the house and just got busy and got too late to get back out here and get started. So I'm out here, just got home from a softball game. I'm watching my senior girl play her last season of sports. So we'll kind of go over the tools that I'm going to use to do this install real quick, and also probably one of the most important tools is my fried pork skins. Alright boys, you can see I've got all of my tools sitting out here, including my pork skins. I've got the instructions sitting here. Most of these I don't think I'm going to need. This goes a little bit more in depth in case your car never had a spoiler and you will have to be drilling the holes for the first time. This will not apply on my car since my car already has the factory spoiler on it, but it's nice that they include these with it just in case. And if you were going to put a spoiler on for the first time, these things are super handy. It's got adhesive here. You actually stick this to the bottom of the wing on the holes existing. You get your wing positioned perfectly on the car. Once you have it positioned perfectly on the car, then you would actually put a piece of tape across either end that's protruding out from the wing, just like it shows you here on the video. You tape those, then you pull your wing back off, and voila, you actually have your holes in exactly the spot that you're going to need them to ensure proper fitment of your wing. But with these, we're not going to need them. The tools I've got out for this, now this hardware actually is a number 3 Phillips, so don't go get your number 2 Phillips. You want to get your number 3, your big head Phillips. That way these don't slip on you when you're screwing and tightening them in. You're going to need a trim removal or a button removal tool. This is a clip removal tool. This is my snap-on one that I've had forever. Also, you can use plastic ones. They work well too. This just happens to be my favorite. I know you're going to need a 10mm socket and ratchet. I've got a small extension there too. I've also got a plastic pry tool. And it doesn't mention this in the instructions, but I also have a heat gun. That will help get that adhesive on from the factory a little bit looser. The biggest thing, guys, when you're using a heat gun on paint is to keep it moving and don't get it too close, because you can bubble your factory paint really fast if you do that. So I will caution you, if you use a heat gun, be super careful, because you don't have to. It's just my preference. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get started with the first step. I have not done any of this prior to, so you guys will be seeing me doing it for the first time as well. So it looks like the first thing we need to do is go ahead and remove all of these retainer clips. I think that's all of those. And it looks like we've got these little plastic bumps. They just unscrew. Now this should, I think that may just come, does that come off of there? Oh, hey, don't forget these. I didn't see these 2 clips right here. There's 2 right here. Now it should be loose. I don't know how this, now you just got to wiggle this around the plastic cover over your latch. We'll get the little safety pull out of there. Let's leave that in there for now. Alright, so that didn't take long at all. Looks like we've got these 2 little grommets that got to come out of here. So I'll kind of show you guys. You've got 4 factory nuts. You've got one here. You got 2 right inside there, guys. Use my phone so you can see. Another one right there. So those are 10 millimeter. Now the fun part is peeling this thing up. I'm gonna get the camera positioned in a little bit of a different angle. This is where you would use the heat gun, or if you choose, you don't have to. You're just removing this. Now I'm trying not to break this wing because I want to keep it I want to keep all other than the wheels, because I want to keep it with the car. I'm not going to sell this wing. That way, in case I sell this car, I'll be able to include the original wing that came with the car. So they actually, the video I watched, it said to go ahead and try to start prying here with this plastic pry tool. Now even with a plastic pry tool doesn't mean you can't scratch your paint. So I'm going to try to pull up on it just a little bit and get this under it. And that's when you can get under it a little bit, like that. Now I'm going to get my heat gun out, and once I am able to go ahead and get this thing started, I'm going to hook my heat gun up and start just kind of warming this area up here, blowing some in here. Biggest thing with the heat gun, guys, is keep it moving and don't get it too close. Look at there, made a big difference. I can definitely feel it being warm under here, so we're going to continue to just work it back. I'm going to stick this back in here to hold that up. So guys, I'm just going to continue to work my way down very slowly, getting this warm as I continue to pry up on it. I believe she's ready to come off last little bit. Boom. Woo! Takes a pretty good bit of force to get that thing off there. Now we got the fun part of getting this tape off. A couple things you can use. You can use a adhesive removal wheel. It's kind of a, I've got one, but it's a little bit worn out. You actually just get this stuff on your fingers and just roll it. Doesn't work bad. WD-40 works pretty decent. Also, if you do paint work, your wax and grease remover will help get this stuff off here as well. So I am going to probably continue doing this till this doesn't work, because it's coming on and off. If you just kind of roll it with your fingers. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put you guys on time lapse for this. Hopefully it doesn't take me too long to get all this adhesive off. Well, boys, that wasn't near as bad as what I thought it was going to be. Did it all just with my fingers. Took 15 to 20 minutes. My fingers might be a little bit sore. There's other things you can do to get that off, and it's probably also going to depend on how old your car is. So if you've got a 2015 Mustang that you're doing a wing installation on, that adhesive may be a little harder to get off. I've got just a couple of spots that still have a little bit on there, and when I'm rubbing it, it just basically smears right in. So I'm actually going to take just a little bit of my wax and grease remover and put on a microfiber and get that off. And then we'll take some isopropyl alcohol and clean the surface really well in preparation for the new wing. Yeah, it takes that right on off. All right, now guys, I've got a little bit of alcohol. We're gonna go ahead and get any residue off with the alcohol. Alright guys, so I've kind of planned this out. I've got my trusty helper Angela out here with me. She's going to help me put this thing on. It does come with these foam pads. You do have to trim them because you do not want to put these on where they're over into your adhesive here, your two-sided adhesive tape. So I trimmed these back, and what we're going to do next is we'll want to peel just a corner like this and fold it over of each side. That way you can grab it and pull it all the way out. Once we start mounting it, we'll start on one corner and work our way from one side to the next. You just hold on right there for a minute, babe. I can probably see it just fine right here. There we go. Just couldn't get it in the hole. Now we are for sure started. I'm just gonna barely get it started. Go up a little bit. Yeah, right in there. All right, 2 screws in. All right, babe. Did pretty well. Just shut this thing and go ahead and pressure on down over there, baby. You put some pressure on it. We're going to just kind of hold this down and really run. Just kind of put a little bit of pressure all the way. Let's see what you guys think. Well guys, that's going to wrap it up for this one. I appreciate you sticking around with me, watching me get this GT350 track pack spoiler installed on the car. I think it looks great. I can't wait to get everything else done to the car. And I'll see you guys on the next one.